hi everyone. So lots of authors have been asking us some big questions about Bookvault US printing, and today we're going to be answering those questions with Alex.
Hello.
And yeah, get all your questions answered. So the first question is, what is available in the US to print with Bookvault?
So we've expanded our US options a lot since we launched. So we now have what we start with, paperback and hardback printing on white paper and cream paper. So very similar to what you'd get from the likes of Ingram and KDP, kind of your trade papers. But we've also expanded that now to include spiral bound. So where it's kind of the coil around, so for notebooks and things like that. And then we've also included the coated papers as well. So 115 coated and 150 coated as well. So they're great for more colour. So certainly children's books pop really nice with it because it's more of a glossy paper. So whereas normally it'd be very matte if you're printing on a white paper like you would usually do, printing on a glossy paper makes it really stand out.
Yeah, makes the colours more vibrant.
Definitely, yeah, it comes out really nicely.
So are you possible to print any special editions in the US? Is this an option?
Yeah, so at the moment, the way that US printing is set out, it's very trade focused. So we were the first printers that I'm aware of, and I haven't heard anything different, that to do bespoke stuff on a single copy basis. And at Bookvault, that's really kind of our key focus. We want people to not have any inventory and be able to print those orders as and when they come in. So at the moment, we're unable to find anyone in the US that can offer the functionality that we do in the UK. But that being said, even though we don't print it directly in the US, we're able to ship it to the US. So we print everything from the UK, the factory that we're based in right now. So effectively what we do is we have two services. So it's printed in the UK and then it's shipped either via FedEx or we use a consolidator. So what that means is we take all the books, pack them in the boxes like they would do if they're in the mail system, and then we put them in a bigger box, and that then gets shipped to 4 different hubs in the US, the closest one to where they're being delivered to, and then injected into the mail system. So it takes about kind of 5 to 10 working days, depending on how close you are to that hub. And in terms of cost, it works out about $2 more than if you were kind of shipping locally within the US. But what we like to think is UK printing is generally a bit cheaper as well. So actually overall it works out pretty much the same as if you're doing it.
Is that what you would recommend then?
Certainly for bespoke books at the moment, never say never, but at the moment we are solely printing those in the UK.
That's good to know. And with the shipping times, that was a big question. What does that look like? Because obviously it's quite confusing sometimes knowing what's the shipping from UK to US.
Yeah, so FedEx, that arrives in kind of 1 to 3 business days. So prime example, we printed some notepads for Orphan Nation a couple of weeks ago. We shipped them on Tuesday and they were at the event by Wednesday. So it was very good, very quick. Really especially if you got an author signing, it helps get them very quickly there. But as I say, media mail, that takes about 5 to 10 days roughly as well. And a big question at the moment, especially with us printing from the UK to the US, is tariffs. As it stands, Bookvault is, I say Bookvault, just books in generally are tariff exempt. Obviously, things change every day.
Of course,
but as it stands, books are seen as an educational resource. So we apply that code to the commercial invoice when they get shipped from the UK, and they go through without any tariffs being charged as well. So there's no import duties or anything like that. They just flow straight through.
Oh, that's really good to know, because I know that was a big talk. And good to get some clarification on that. So where does Bookvault print in the US then?
So at the moment we print in Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois and Missouri. So we work with 4 printers, 5 sites at the moment. So we have that amount of printers solely for load balancing. So there's certain printers that do a lot of print for kind of the new academic year, certain printers that do a lot for yearbooks and various other things, holiday printers as well. So by having that amount of printers, we're able to use them for what they do well at. So certain printers prefer to print certain things, so we can focus work in that way. But equally during peak times, previously with when we initially launched in the US, we had 1 printer and they very quickly got overwhelmed. We're now we have algorithms to see when they start to be overwhelmed and struggle with things, and automatically reroute their work to other printers. So it's kind of to try and keep it fluid and have no delays for customers.
Yeah, that's good. And it's good to work to each other's like strengths
exactly,
as well.
Yeah.
going to send it to that printer. It makes sense.
And that's the one thing we try and focus on is quality. So working to their strengths, it's what they're good at, it's what they print well. So it's a prime thing.
No, it makes a lot of sense. I was wondering, what are the print times?
Yeah, so books coming from within the US, so from the Bookvault US facility or facilities, they take at the moment around 3 to 4 working days for a paperback, and then 4 to 5 working days for a hardback. We always, with holiday and peak season, things may start to kind of go a bit further back, but generally the key SLA for our printers, so the service level agreement, is kind of getting it out within those timeframes. And again, I mentioned previously, any issues we kind of daily monitoring where that goes and moving work to help balance that load as well. That's
good. And it's always good to get your books out before those busy seasons.
Massively, yeah. Pre-planning is key.
It's a big thing,
yeah. And obviously, if you check our help centre, we have guides on when the best time to ship for Christmas and the holiday season is as well.
Yeah, and obviously Christmas busy time, you want to get it in just before.
Yeah, and out of our control, shipping companies always take a little bit longer during Christmas because they've got so much to deliver. So
yeah, that makes sense. Is there anything that customers need to know in the US? How do they set it up and how do they get started?
So every customer that signs up to Bookvault is enabled with US printing as standard, so they don't need to change anything to enable it. What we do is when you're using one of our partners, so the US, Canada and Australian facility, we label them slightly differently because each facility has their own print price. So certainly if you're selling direct, there's a couple of tick boxes when you're uploading your products. It's important to check to make sure it's profitable to print. And if it is, tick those. And what that means is the algorithm, when your customer gets to the checkout, will find out which available facility, the quickest available facility, and route it there. So it's important to check those boxes to make sure that it goes there. And again, the guides on that can be found on our help center too. But in terms of if you've just got a standard Bookvault account, when you get to the checkout page, you'll be presented with different options for which facilities are available. So, for instance, if you're shipping to the US, you would have the UK facility and the US facility, and it'll tell you the average print and ship times, as well as kind of a cost there as well. So you can determine which one you want, click it, and then go to checkout as well.
Okay, that's really good to know. So, are there any plans for the future for Bookvault with printing in the US? Is there any things rolling?
It's certainly a big growth area for us and something we're really keen on expanding.
Yeah, so, of course.
To start off with, based on feedback from Author Nation a couple of weeks ago, we are in the final stages of launching a lower page count for hardbacks. So children's books are a prime example. I mentioned the 150 paper is ideal. What we're doing is currently the page count is set to around 52 pages. We're reducing that down to 32. So that'll be great. That's kind of your average length for children's books. So that'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Equally, to try and get closer to the special edition market, we won't be able to do foil and things like that, but we're launching jackets. So you'll be able to have jackets within a hardback book. So it just makes it really kind of feel good.
Yeah.
And then long-term goals, obviously it would be great for us to open up our own facility. We're certainly working closer with the partners that we work with, and kind of helping them along the way and kind of expanding our US reach. So it's certainly a market we're watching and trying to expand in to help US authors.
That's good. That's great. It's good to know, and obviously it reassures our authors what could be ahead. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much for answering all these questions today. I hope this clears some things up for you guys, and thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.